Today we are going to look at the Salesforce Commerce Cloud, why and how you can build, why you want to go to the Commerce Cloud, and how you can build your amazing career in Commerce Cloud. So I welcome Varun, who has joined me with as a co-host for this presentation, and we'll walk you through some insight on the Commerce Cloud, e-commerce, the era right now, what is happening around e-commerce. And the most important point here we are trying to cover is that why you should look at e-commerce as your career, and specifically why you should look into Salesforce Commerce Cloud for your career option, right? So first thing, let me introduce myself. I'm Uma Shankar Arora, working as VP of Engineering in Renosys. I have almost 20 years of experience in software industry. I've worked on with various organizations, and I have been ex-certified technical instructor for Salesforce, and specifically I have been giving training for Salesforce Commerce Cloud in the APAC region. I have given trainings in ITC Infotech, TCS, Salesforce Hyderabad itself, and a few others companies in Singapore and Korea as well. So I know a little bit more about like why you should go into the Salesforce Commerce Cloud, how it has evolved, and what area you should focus on when you are learning Salesforce Commerce Cloud. So now I'll let our Varun introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome. Thank you for taking time to join this webinar on a Saturday. My name is Varun Agarwal. I'm the lead solution architect in Renosys for the Salesforce practice. I'm 6x Salesforce certified, and I have overall of almost 10 years of experience and worked with companies like Wipro, Tech Mahindra, and Infosys. Nice to meet you all. Next slide, please, Uma.
Oh. Yeah, looks like some network issue.
Yeah.
1 second.
Okay, it's there. So let's talk about today's agenda of the webinar. We'll be talking about us, about Renosys, then some e-commerce facts and the Commerce Cloud journey, why we should go for this career, high-level differences between B2C and B2b. Then we will talk about the industry trends in the e-commerce space. Then we will deep dive into B2C architecture and its features. And then a very interesting demo will be there to just to have a look and feel. And then we will go into the ecosystem. What are the different applications or systems that will be integrated with Commerce Cloud for a unified experience? And then Phoenix, which is the accelerator developed by Renosys to help customers to go online and start selling as quickly as possible. And then the most interesting part, the path to success. How can I do learning? Which are the certifications to accelerate my career? And then we will have a small recap or a quiz type, and then some Q&A. So that's pretty much about the agenda for today. Okay, so let's talk about us. So we are Renosys. It's been 13 years into this space. We have 8 offices across the globe in USA, UK, 3 in India, in Jaipur, Bikaner, and Pune, UAE, and Singapore. We are headquartered in Singapore. We have delivered more than 500 projects to our customer. We are a team of 350 plus team members, and we are growing exponentially. So we are a very fast-paced moving organizations. We are ISO 27001 certified, CMMI level 3 certified, and we are in 3 broad categories: digital commerce, product engineering, and digitization. Since we all know this industry is transforming, everybody is looking for digitization. So we cover them for our customers. We are almost in every industry, whether it is retail, e-commerce, financial services, healthcare, automotives, manufacturing. And some of the brands which we all are aware have who trust us are Charles and Keith, Shell, Mothercare, Body Shop, and many more. We have partnerships with the renowned companies and the applications that are available, like Salesforce, Adobe, Microsoft, Magento, Marketo, AWS, Workato. So we have the partnerships, and our tagline is we are big enough to deliver and small enough to care for our customers. All right, so we all can relate to this picture. This was the shopping experience before pandemic hit us. We go to the e-commerce stores, we pick up the products, and then we come back home. COVID-19 has done devastations, but the only thing that has the COVID-19 has helped in terms of digitization and changing the shopping experience completely. Next slide, please.
1 second, I'm just.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now the next picture. Yeah, I can see the lady going for the shopping. And now in this next picture, we are seeing this. So we are doing this daily, right? Now we are sitting at homes, ordering online, and we want a great customer experience. So this picture depicts how the shopping experience, how this industry has drastically changed. Next slide, please.
Little delay.
Yeah, thank you. So there are many surveys, blogs, e-commerce statistics that you can find all over the place. And all these numbers are just saying that there has been a tremendous growth. I'll not go through all of the numbers, but few of the interesting numbers, like 93% of the millennials have compared online deals using a mobile device. So we are doing that, right? 61% of the consumers in US have made a purchase based on recommendations from a blog. And look at the last stat, which is very fascinating. E-commerce industry is growing 23% year on year, but yet 46% of the American small businesses still don't have a website. So there we come in and tap that market. And then there is 129% year on year growth. All these numbers are just, shouting to us that let's jump to this opportunity for all of us. All right. Now let's talk about Salesforce Commerce Cloud and the journey of it. So first thing was disconnected customer experience. So it wasn't so long that the world of commerce was a linear journey where, brick and mortar stores and the e-commerce was separate. So what you have in these stores and what is there on the website, these was kind of a disconnected customer experience. And this is what, and Salesforce being a most innovative company, Salesforce thought to tap this market, and they acquired this company called Demandware, which was focusing on B2c. B2c is business to consumers, and we are the consumers. So this Demandware was based on Node.js platform. Now, once we have catered to the consumer segments, now again we realize that for B2b, which is business to business, there is another customer segment which has a different need, which has different caterings or offerings that we need to provide. So Salesforce acquired this company CloudCraze in 2018. And the most important thing or the leverage is that it's built on Salesforce platform. So here we have all Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, all the core clouds. And then you can have B2B Lightning, where you do not need to have any third-party application integration, and you have a single view of the customer by using this B2B platform. And now combined, we offer e-commerce solution for B2C and B2B both. Next, yeah. So here are the differences between B2C and B2B. So that's the fundamental difference that we have. We see that B2C is more focused on experience. We want a great experience, while B2B, it's all about convenience, hassle-free, and easiness. So that you can broadly categorize experience versus convenience. And let me take you an example. So we buy the laptops or on our own. We want a great experience, right from shopping to order delivery to customer service, while our companies also buys the laptops for us. So that's a business to business scenario. So B2C focuses on the AI driven personalizations, predictive search, product recommendations to us, so that we can so that they can help us in our buying process. While B2B focuses more on account management, approval hierarchy, all these kind of stuffs. And another key features like ratings and reviews. Whenever we buy the product, we look at the ratings and reviews. We do not buy simply just go there and purchase a product. So B2C, again, so customers can go in there and provide the ratings and reviews. Whenever we search, we do not want an empty search. We want a search that is related to me. So Einstein is embedded into B2C that helps these searches, while B2B focuses more on the contract pricing, order management. Like there can be complex shipping functionalities. I want for a business buyer, let's say he wants 500 quantities delivered to one place, 200 quantities delivered to another place. So all these are kind of standard features which are available in business to business. And another important thing in B2C is geo-specific sites for different currencies and languages. So you have to just do the configurations. There is no, lot of customizations that are involved, and you can manage your multi-brands, multi-sites, multi-currencies and languages in B2C. While B2B is all about smaller set of known customers, while the transactions are huge. So they want easy of quick reordering, volume of transactions and all those stuff. And in B2C, last point which I would like to cover is, again, showing the relevant products and pay and finish the transaction quickly. Thank you, Ma. Next slide. Okay. So these are the industry trends, and in the retail and e-commerce, the connected customer. Who is connected customer? We are the connected customers, and it's fundamentally transforming the retail via mobile, social, we are digital savvy, but we want a great in-store experience as well. And again, just a stat, more than 62% of e-commerce traffic now comes from mobile devices, and it's growing by 41% year over year. And we have high expectations. We want each interaction to be great, right from marketing to shopping to placing the order, and then customer responsive service. Omni-channel and unified commerce. These are the two buzz or the terms which are very, very, very popular in this industry. So omni-channel is, is a practice of consistent buying experience across every touch points. So that is a must need in an e-commerce platform. Unified commerce, I've been talking a lot about that, right from giving a unified experience to the customer, right from marketing to sales to service, and then retargeting the customer. So you might have some of the products that you have left in your cart, and then you are not interested. So you might receive the emails. So that's why we are retargeting the customers. So that is also really important. Now I'll just briefly cover a few of the challenges faced by the commerce team. That includes the disparate systems. Each touch point with the customer is backed by a single technology that is not integrated with any others. So these kind of challenges are faced by the commerce teams. Customer data. So we are everywhere. Our data is scattered everywhere, in the marketing, in the service, in the merchandising, and the team doesn't know where to find the right data or if it's even there. So that's also one of the challenges. So we do not have a single source of truth. So we have our data everywhere, but we do not get a single view of the customer, products, prices, and promotions. And again, complex backend integrations. So we are doing the integrations, but whenever there is a software upgrade or any updates, the integrations often tend to break out. So we need to tackle that, and the integration should be flexible. And that's where the power of Salesforce B2C comes in. And now I'll request Puma to give you deep dive on B2C architecture, features, and so on.
Okay, so before we move on to the B2C, I would like to launch a poll and want to understand the audience. Based on that, I can deep dive on certain aspects. So if you guys, you must have got a poll. So if you are a Salesforce Commerce Cloud developer or a Salesforce developer, or you are a developer on other technology, or you are in some other role like PM, project lead, BA, QA, or if you are a student. So based on that, I will try to give more insight on the certain aspect of the B2C and the further slides. So while everyone is attempting the poll, I'll just uh, touch on certain pain points uh, from the industry, from the software industry, basically, and the experience that I have till now. If maybe a few people agree with that and few may not, but just wanted to touch on that fact that when you are a developer and you are focusing on development, you don't tend to, most of the time, you don't tend to get the complete picture either by intention or by efforts. So what I mean by that is that suppose you are working on an e-commerce application. Working on that particular application means you're working on certain stories or certain tasks to finish that, to achieve certain functionalities. Let's say a product search functionality. So you are working on that functionality. But understanding the whole bigger picture, I have not seen that many of us do while we are doing development. So when I talk about a rockstar career, I would touch upon this point that rockstar career is not just with SFCC, but in overall IT industry. When you want to have a rockstar career, try to get deeper into the domain also. We do, as a developer, as a technical person, we try to always get into the technicality of the issues or of the tasks that are on hand for us, and we keep on looking at that aspect, that okay, how to achieve that particular functionality, but we don't try to visualize that what is the pain point of customer, why customer is looking at that functionality, what the user will look at. So recently, in last few years, you have seen UX has taken a very big role in the industry, and the reason behind that is that user experience is very important. So I'm ending the poll. I think most of the people have answered, and I'll continue on that point. So we don't look at the bigger picture, and my purpose of today's discussion would be focusing on giving you a broader picture of the e-commerce industry, e-commerce domain. That when you say that I want to build a career in e-commerce, don't look at the smaller picture of e-commerce that you are building. Try to look at the surrounding of it. So we will cover that in next few slides, that what you should look around. So that is the most important part of building a career in IT industry, which most of the developers are missing. They just come office, work on their task, work on their stories technically, not functionally. Finish that, and they say that I have committed the code, QA will test the code, and they will be happy when there is a release. But a visualization or a user experience, a thought process is not there. And there you need to focus. If you focus on those pain points, a thought process on the bigger picture, then you become a rockstar developer. And to go beyond development career to the architect and above it, you definitely need to have that vision. And if you start rooting that vision right now, it will be very fruitful for your future. Okay, so I think the audience is really very mixed, and I can see that people from other technology, other roles have also joined along with the Salesforce Commerce Cloud and Salesforce developer. So let me keep on mixing my content and agenda with the as per the audience that we have. So first of all, let me show you the architecture of Salesforce B2C commerce. Now, Demandware acquired a lot of data centers, and each data centers there are pod deploy. What is a pod? Pod is a combination of your software and hardware. So when you take a pod, it has hardware allocations, your CPU, your RAMs, your hard disk, etc. And then on top of that, there is a software, which is basically your B2C commerce cloud installation that goes on top of it. Now, in that particular pod, there can be two or more realms. So what is realm? How many? So I can see that there are 50% audience from Salesforce background. So I can say that realm is basically your org in Salesforce, right? So a realm is a group of group of there are two group of instances in the realm where your application will be installed. Your B2C commerce application will be installed. The first is primary instance group, and the another is secondary instance group. The primary instance group is basically used for production, staging, and development. Now here, please don't confuse with development. It is basically, you can say that it is your integration environment, not a development environment, wherein you push the code to this environment for verifying your all the builds before pushing it to the production. So B2C architecture works in a different way. You don't push to QA first and then staging and then production. It goes to the staging. From staging, you push the code back to the development. Why? Because you want to get the data also from production sometimes. So you want to configure the staging environment as per your need, and then push that configuration also to the development environment, which is basically QA. Do all the testing. If it validates, then from staging, go to the production, right? The other group is sandboxes, and sandboxes are the instances on which developer will work. So in B2C commerce, you will do coding on your local machine using Visual Code or Eclipse, and you will push your code on the server, which are these sandboxes. You push your code to the sandboxes, and from that sandboxes, basically, you can test and verify. Once your code is deployed, you push it to Git, and from Git, you can push it to staging. There is one more instance which is given, a demo instance, and basically Salesforce will push the latest changes after cleaning everything on the demo instance. So you should never use demo instance for a development purpose. You just use your sandboxes for the development purpose. Okay, so let's look at the actual, I would say that Salesforce Commerce Cloud picture application, how it works. So you have a platform layer that we talked about just now, where you have the multi-tenant framework, multi-tenant architecture. You have the framework over there. All the releases comes over there, right? Your security layer is implemented over there. On top of that, there is a data model, which is retail data model, and this will consist of views of your orders, inventory, products. All those objects are there, and you can have a view of them. Now, on top of that, Salesforce has created one more layer, which is your Commerce Cloud Einstein. Basically, what we do, you search anything based on that. If you go to any Amazon website, then you see that what is recommended product coming in. And those recommended product comes based on certain criteria, like have you searched similar products before that, or do you tend to go to the pages, or on the Google search you do more searches related to certain type of products, then they will show the recommended products or related products that you are looking for, or previously looked at product. All these three data is coming from Einstein. Einstein is giving calculating that what product should be shown. Even if you go on Nike or some other website, I've seen that what happens is if you are a female, then it will start showing you the female related products more, right? It's because of the Einstein. So Einstein is that capable. It will try to give you the best searches. So, and on top of that, you have a robust platform on which, or application on which you will build your integrations for all the interaction touch points, or you will build your store and other capabilities. So this complete architecture, so that is an architecture of the infra architecture, basically, I would say, including the installation and how it goes. And here is the application architecture, wherein you see that how your models and objects and certain applications are lying. If I go in bit on detail, so you can build a storefront. Salesforce Commerce Cloud provides you two architectures. They are Site Genesis and SFRA. We can discuss these details in further sessions that we are planning. So basically, you will get a ready-made ready-made application, e-commerce application. You take up that. So there are two architectures, Site Genesis, and recently SFRA is moving very fast, and then all the new customers are basically using SFRA. SFRA is basically the latest architecture based on the mobile first approach. So these both architectures are based on Node.js. So good thing is, if you're coming from a JavaScript background, Node.js applications, or even I would say that I'm from Java background. So if you are coming from Java background, it's easy to learn. And I would recommend that you start exploring Salesforce Commerce Cloud for switching of career in this technology, because you you have broader scope, and that's what we are going to cover in next slides. So you have other capabilities of storefronts like your product listing, detail page, shopping cart, checkout, wish list. All those features are available in Salesforce Commerce Cloud. Then you have merchandising and marketing features, like what kind of offers and product recommendation you want to build. You want to show the carousels for the product recommendation. You have Einstein search recommendations. All those are integrated. You have multi-sites functionalities where you can launch the same site to the multiple markets or the multiple locale based on your conditions, your need. You can go that. And there is certain set of APIs, B2C Commerce API. The previous set of API is known as Okapi, which is Open Commerce API. And the recently launched, they have launched Commerce API. Commerce API is superset of Okapi, wherein you get a little bit more advanced features. And if you are building now with the latest things, you should go and move on the Commerce API. But if you are using, if you are already using Okapi, there is no harm on that, right? Okay, let's jump onto a demo, because until you see, it doesn't give you that sense that what we are talking about. And then we will come back and see our peripherals that I was talking, that how you should look at the complete e-commerce domain. So when you launch your site, so there are two parts of this site. One is your business manager. It is known as business manager, which is basically your. So when you come to the admin, you see this two sections here, merchant tools and administration, right? So any e-commerce platform, when you go at the back end of it, there will be two aspects. One is the system administrator or administrator, which will take care of your source code, what is the source code to be pushed, what integrations are done, how to create the user, which user will have particular roles and all. So if you go to the administration section, you have capability of data replication, code replication, import export functionalities. All those stuffs are under this administration section. And you have certain users, roles and permission kind of things. You have site development capabilities here, wherein you can code deployment and development setup. All those things are in administration section. I'm not going in detail of this today, because we are short of time. So just giving an overview here. And the other section is your merchant tools. Now, for merchant tools, basically you need to go and you need to go on a site. So I've selected a default site that comes as storefront reference architecture. And if I go in this merchant tool, I can see that there I have capability of managing my product and catalogs. I have capability of managing content, searches, customers, all those analytics and all those stuffs are there. So let's a little bit go in inside the products and catalogs. So here you can see that you can manage your catalogs, you can manage your product attributes. These are all default objects or default entities, I would say, of e-commerce, right? So you have catalogs, you can manage multiple catalogs here. You can manage products, and there are products are different types of products. Product sets are there, bundle products are there. So all those you can manage from particular this site. Other than that, you have capability of managing orders, you have capability of managing all your SEO stuff here. You have capability of managing your customers, customer groups, etc. Then you have capability of managing your promotions and all. There are promotions. So if you can't find promotions, you can see that online marketing. So you can manage your promotions and pricing, etc. here. Now we can go here and launch our storefront. And when we launch our storefront, we can see that a beautiful site which is by default given by Salesforce. And surprisingly, I was actually looking at one of our prospect site a few days back, and I found that they have just used the default this particular site for themselves. It looks like this site is screwed up. Let me switch to your site. Okay, so this is what you comes out of the box as a functionality when you install your Salesforce e-commerce site, which has beautiful looking homepage. You have on top you have categories that can be managed, your menus and all, and then you have product listing page, you have product search on top of it, login, etc. All these functionalities are inbuilt. Now customers very rarely will go with this. I have seen one client which has gone directly like this, using same setup and everything, and launched their website, which is also possible. And then you start developing your functionalities, which says that okay, now you customize this look and feel, and give me some more advanced functionalities. Like in Phoenix, I will talk about Phoenix in some time. These two are built-in capabilities of the accelerator that we have built. I will talk about that accelerator in some time. So this is how your e-commerce site will look like, your Salesforce Commerce Cloud site will look like. I will take all your questions and Poonam. So yeah, I think you have a question for Sandbox. Basically, Sandbox is given only to the it's still a closed ecosystem by Salesforce, wherein you will get the Sandbox only if you are Salesforce Commerce Cloud partners. And Salesforce Commerce Cloud partner also, when they get Sandbox, they have certain credit limits, and then they have to actually pay for it, which cost around $150 per month for one Sandbox. Now, as I discussed before, that you should have a broader vision. You should try to understand. You should try to understand that what beyond this e-commerce platform that we are working on. So let me give you an example. How will your e-commerce ecosystem will look like? Whenever you have an e-commerce site, it is not only the e-commerce site that sits on at one location and you are just working on, you are using that. You need to build a lot of other things around it. For an example, I'll take an example of your replace request, right? Your order fulfillment. Once you have placed the order, how does it process? How it is fulfilled? So order management is the system which will take care of your order fulfillment. What are the store or warehouses from where it will ship your orders? if you have replaced it, you requested for replace or refund or return, what will happen at that place. That order management system will take care. If you are having an ERP, well and good, you can manage many things in ERP, including your inventory, your warehouse management, etc. in the ERP. We have been seeing that if you abandon a cart, if you leave your cart in between, you get an email. So what is that? That is from the marketing. So your marketing tool will basically take your data and send email to you that, okay, you have left your cart in between. Do you want to check out, complete your checkout? If you go on the store, you see that on all the stores, you have a small computer, which is known as tilt. So you go and tilt, and then then the person will actually see that you are a customer who has actually purchased from e-commerce, and your data has come here. And from that online purchase, if you have any discount, you can avail that discount here. So that happens only if this POS is integrated with your e-commerce site. So all those integration has to be there. Then you have product information management system, which is known as PIM. Basically, that PIM is required to push a lot of products online. After reviewing, there is a process of bringing all those products onto the e-commerce before launching them. So this whole process takes place in the PIM. And if you go on CRM and service platform, all your customer related data sits in the CRM and service platform. From service platform, you can raise a request for replacement. You can raise a complaint about any product, all those stuff. And based on that data, your service agent will actually give you a call and talk to you. So all those data, centralized data sits in the service and service platform or CRM. So let's take a look at the holistic picture, realistic picture of Phoenix that we are talking right now. We have built the complete ecosystem on this Salesforce Commerce Cloud and integrated all these outside applications so that it gives a complete holistic picture to you. So our Salesforce Commerce Cloud accelerator, which is Phoenix, connects with your CRM, push your customer and order data. Then that CRM is basically Salesforce CRM, which is known as Sales Cloud. So here, if you are a student or aspirant of going on the Salesforce Commerce Cloud journey, that's why I'm saying that you should look at this. Now you start getting exposure to Sales Cloud, and you only get these exposure if you are very active in your projects and you say that, okay, what is happening? Let me understand. So you get an understanding of your CRM, you get an understanding of service platform, wherein you can log your case in your e-commerce platform. You can register a case, a request on e-commerce platform, and that goes and sits in sync in the service cloud. If you chat from your e-commerce platform, that chat, the person who is sitting in the your customer relationship, he will actually chat from the service cloud, not from your e-commerce platform. So this communication is happening between two systems live, transparently, okay, seamlessly. Then you have your ERP integrated like NetSuite or SAP, right? We have integrated both the ERPs here. We have integrated marketing platforms like MailChimp, which is very, very well-known marketing platform, plus Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So let's say that you subscribe for a newsletter, then the mail will come from marketing platform, not from your e-commerce platform. If you've left the checkout process, then abandoned cart email will come from marketing platform. Your customer journeys are designed in the marketing platform. So what happens in the marketing cloud is basically, if a data comes in and say that, okay, Varun has actually checked out, Varun has actually put a Mac laptop in his cart, but he has not checked out. So marketing cloud will send an abandoned cart email to Varun saying that, hey, you have put a laptop in your cart and you have not checked out. What we should do with this? Do you want to continue this journey? He doesn't reply. He doesn't do anything. There is no activity. So after 15 days, the marketing cloud trigger another email. And what happens is you configure a promotion for that. So it says that, okay, Varun, we have a 10% discount for this cart. Do you still want to check out or not? So that kind of email you must have seen coming it. So all these are known as customer journeys. So these journeys are defined in Marketing Cloud. So you need to understand all those ecosystem, that how it works. Alone sitting e-commerce cannot bring business, that huge business to the industry, right? And then for basic things like payment options, you need to integrate with payment option like PayPal or Stripe, CyberSource. There are now, we see that in India you must have seen like your Bajaj Finance card is there, but outside India there is Rely, Atomy. Those things are getting integrated where you purchase now and you keep on paying installment or you pay later. Those kind of facilities are there. You have loyalty platforms like Yotpo, wherein if you purchase 10 headphones, then after 10 days you will get discount on another thing. So those kind of loyalty platforms and those things keep on coming, ratings and review. So this whole ecosystem we need to understand, right? Now we talk about lot of things around this uh, ecosystem, e-commerce, right? Still we are not reached to a point where we try to understand how we can become a Salesforce Commerce Cloud developer, what we need to do to get into this journey, and what are the resources available. So from Salesforce there are certain resources available. One well-known resource is Trailhead. I think most of you are aware of the Trailhead, but unfortunately there is not too much of material over Trailhead. It is building over the time. From last 2-3 years I'm seeing that yes, there are lots of trail coming up which you can use, but still for the developers there are not too many things available. But the good thing is there are two other platforms from Salesforce. One is Salesforce Navigator, Partner Navigator, and a Partner Learning Camp. So if your company is Salesforce partner, you can very well go on these platforms, look at look at these platforms, and you will find a lot of good material over there. A complete learning journey is available over there. Okay, so look for partnernavigator.salesforce.com and partnerlearningcamp.salesforce.com. So there, both the places you will find guided paths, very well guided paths to learn Salesforce ecosystem. Let me show you these two things first, and then we will talk about certification. So, so this is my partner learning partner navigator. Okay. So what you need to do is log in with your Salesforce credentials, your organization credentials, and then come here and you will find a lot of, if you are from a Salesforce background and you have not seen this, I would suggest that go and see all these areas wherever you are working on. This is amazing place. I love this place a lot. This is my first favorite place in the Salesforce learning path. Okay, so you can come here, and if you see on top of it, it's meet the solution. So this section describe has all the material which says that what is this solution about. So every platform will have this journey here. So it has a meet the solution, grow your expertise. So this is for the developers, but remember, never go to the grow your expertise without understanding the meet the solution sections. There are lots of videos here. You go and see that Einstein partner enablement webinar, your lot of others things. And one question like from Puna which has come about your at this place there is a onboarding journey, and one second, I just missed it. It was your sandbox. Yeah, here it is. So this is the sandbox policy that you can find here, and you can understand what is the sandbox policy over here. And here you can see that there is approximately 150 USD per month per sandbox, which will be charged, and your company can purchase it. So you will not be able to get the sandboxes or licenses to work on Salesforce Commerce Cloud. And the licenses policy for the customer is also not known to us, Puneet. Normally, it is based on the customer's GMV, which is what their business is, how much revenue they are earning from the platform, and based on that they categorize the customers in those categories and then charge for that platform because they have some percentage on the transactions. So that information is like Salesforce comes and do your licensing part. You don't have to worry about that as a partner or as a developer. Now coming to the second section, grow your expertise. In this section is basically you guys will go and learn about Salesforce Commerce Cloud, and the most important area of interest will be this part, your cartridge, all these videos, your cartridge, JavaScript and all. So come and look at the modules. 1, 2 is sandbox setups, and this I think you should go and look for Visual Studio Code setup rather than the Eclipse setup. This is an Eclipse setup. After that, you can start your journey from module 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Everything is there. Now remember one thing, that this complete tutorial set is on Site Genesis, which is a previous architecture of Salesforce Commerce Cloud. And right now we are using SFRA. So then you can go and understand the SFRA here by the migration option. And if you want to get all other details on the learning path, you can very well connect with me and I can provide you all other details. Now, the other place where you will go, so after this, grow your expertise, you have sell the solution, apply the solution, stay up to date. So if you come and stay up to date, what is the recent releases happened, what are the roadmaps, and all those stuff will be posted here. Okay. Now you come here in this place and partnerlearningcamp.salesforce.com, go and browse the catalog. So when you come and browse the catalog, and you search for B2C commerce. So all these courses, so start doing these courses one by one. What is a commerce cloud cartridge? What is environment setup? These all videos will go back and link in some portion at this place, grow your expertise. So this is the crux of learning B2C commerce. Basically, these are the two things that you will have to do, and then you can come on Trailhead, search for the B2C commerce, and you will find a lot of information over there, which is basically related to functional areas of it, business manager, how to use it, and all those stuff. Administrator, a business B2C commerce site, which is basically becoming a business administrator and going as the business manager and managing your site. So all those trails are available, but for developers, these are the two basic places where you will go and search for the information. Okay. Now the B2C commerce developer and B2C commerce architect. So you can go and try to achieve these two things. So if your company's partner, then you can then only you can access the partner navigator or partner, because you can sense from the word that it is a partner site. So it is for the partners, it is not for individuals. So these contents are available on partner portal. Okay. Okay. So I will let Varun do a little bit recap by discussing on what we have discussed, and then we will jump on to the QA. So Varun.
Yeah, thanks, Uma. Yeah, so this is short of a recap or a quiz so that you are awake and attentive. So what are the different systems that integrates with the e-commerce site for a unified experience? You can type in your answers in chat, or if you want, you can raise your hand and we can unmute you. So we got from Puneet. Any other would like to raise a hand? Or sales, service, marketing, MailChimp. Okay. Yeah, all are good answers. So basically your ERP, your CRM, your marketing, your service, your warehouse management system, your product information management. So these are the few systems that will be integrated so that we get a single view of the customer experience. Next question, please, Oma. Okay, Yeah, so this is, I think, very simple question which I covered, the core difference between B2C and B2B. Anyone would like to unmute, can raise a hand or can type in your answers in the chat.
So Akhil, I have unmuted you.
Yeah. So the main difference between the B2C and B2B is that B2C is for the customer, business to the customers, where the key factor is the experience. And in B2B, the main difference is the convenience, business to business. In B2C, we are giving the business to the consumer, who are buying a product, and in business to business they are giving business to where they are buying a lot of products.
Right.
Right.
So,
So yeah,
so one important thing I will add here, for the uh, for the B2C and B2B differences, we always use this website. So you must be aware of like Amazon or Flipkart or those things. B2C, they are little bit more than B2C. There is a marketplace basically wherein multiple people are selling. So there is another third concept here, marketplace, but that is again still as a B2C kind of framework, wherein you actually go and purchase one item at a time, or max 2 3 items at a time. So let's say you are purchasing your headphone, right, or a mouse. So for two people you will purchase, or one person you will purchase one kind of item, right? But when you go for B2B, you are purchasing in bulk. So our companies are purchasing laptops in bulk. So they will place an order of 50 laptops. Now, placing an order of 20 laptop, 50 laptop is a huge amount for companies, and they always negotiate. They ask for the quotes. So that's why B2B application has a different way of operating. Now, another thing comes into the B2B picture is basically I can go and create an order, and my manager can approve that order. Once my manager approves that order, that okay, we are going to purchase it, and then it goes to the business saying that okay, this order we want to create, what is the quotation for it, how much price you are quoting for it, and then once it comes, then we can purchase. So there are certain flows depending on the business, you can tweak those flows and do that. But this is what the difference is basically, wherein you can have an account hierarchy wherein approvals and all those things will come into the picture, where in B2C there is no approval, you can directly purchase.
okay.
Okay,
So how
so
many? Yeah,
yeah, Varun, go ahead.
yeah. How many REMs are there in one pod, and how many instance groups are there in each REMs? I guess this is the last question, and then I can see a few of the hands coming up, and then we'll take the questions.
Okay, Rakesh, so I'll allow you to talk first.
Hi, basically, I was wanting to give you an example on B2B and B2C.
Sure.
Like when we talk about B2C, we can think of Amazon and Flipkart as a website where we go and purchase. And when we talk about B2B, then we can take Metro as an example, or maybe India Bulls as an example, where a business person go and do purchases in bulk and do all the negotiations and quotation part. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. Nothing
Yeah,
else. Thank you.
perfect. Thank you. Okay, anyone else want to talk about this? Is a quite interesting question that Poonam. Okay, so let me unmute Poonam. Yeah, Poonam. I have unmute.
Sure. Now I hope everyone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
As per like B2C to B2B, in the B2B we have quick order. That is a one more feasibility, like one option it is available in the B2B. The consumer,
Yes.
the B2B, the business user, they can able to purchase within one fraction of within 1 second reorder. Just you can click on one order, they can able to purchase multiple products instead of selecting multiple products. That option, and pay, the payment also it should be part-time payment also it will be available in the B2B.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, that is the beauty of B2B.
Right. Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you. Is it Venu, right?
Just Venupanam.
Okay. Thank you, Venu.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the next question is, how many realms are there in one pod? Very good answer. 9 instances per realm, more than 2. Right, Anup? 2 or more than 2 realms are there, and you have 9 instances by default, but you can, I think you can have up to 27 sandboxes you can get from Salesforce. Okay, so I think we are done with this, and there are certain questions which I have missed, which I might have missed. So if you can uh, raise your hand, I can unmute you and we can talk about your queries. If anyone is having any question, yeah, Puneet. Yeah, Puneet, you can
Yeah.
unmute you.
So what is the market share of the Salesforce Commerce Cloud when you have the leading platforms which are open source, like the PHP, and what is the market share of the total pie from the Salesforce Commerce
Okay,
Cloud?
that's a good question. I think market share wise, it's a very less, somewhere
Mhm.
around in single figure only, very less. I've not seen very recently, it's not much. But the focus of Salesforce is not also getting too many customers on the platform. Their focus is mainly to build to capture bigger customers, like Puma is there, Nike is there, those kind of customers, and they are actually focusing on those type of customers whose revenue is some like in at least multi-million revenue companies, not less than
Mhm.
that. So they're not
Mm.
focusing on the market share or percentage on that right now.
But if you have as you have shown, the 46% of US customers, they still don't have a website. They may not all fall under the multi-billion dollar business
Right,
model.
right.
Correct?
Yes. So Salesforce might go in that direction, but before pandemic, it was not the direction, or right now it's not the direction. They may plan to go in that direction at some point of time, and I believe they should go in that direction wherein they gives flexibility of users to create their site easily, because the flexibility is very good here. They can easily give they can host multiple customers because they can scale it well. But right now the
Mhm.
focus is basically towards the bigger customers. They charge very high,
Mhm.
which is not affordable by many companies and businesses.
Right. And is the trial version available in the Trailhead where we can touch base with all the features
No,
of the?
unfortunately, trial versions, the sandboxes, they are known as not the trial version, basically the sandboxes that are known,
Mm.
and they
Mm.
are available only for the companies who are Salesforce Commerce Cloud partners.
Got it. Got it.
Okay. Okay. Any other question,
Thank
Puneet?
you. Thank you so much, Uma.
Yeah. Okay. So let me answer one question from Amit. So Amit, AWS, GCP, Azure, how are these different from this Salesforce Commerce Cloud? Very nice question. Amit, basically the AWS, GCP, and Azure, all three are infrastructure platforms wherein you can go and create your computer instances. You can allocate CPU, RAMs. You can create databases over there, and you can deploy your own applications over there on certain instances. So they give you the platforms over there where you can build and deploy and control your application. Whereas Salesforce Commerce Cloud is an application which is multi-tenant application, and you can actually develop e-commerce website on top of it, nothing else. It's a particular e-commerce website. Also, it has given a framework. Based on that only, you have to develop your website. A default code is generated, as I have shown you, Site Genesis or SFRA. You have those sites. Basically, you take up that sample code, you can extend that code and build your site. Yeah, you can say that Salesforce is a SaaS, and Azure, GCP, and AWS are PaaS. Thank you, Puneet. Okay, so Venu, you have question. What about Sitecore? Uh,
Yes.
sorry, yeah, I have not come across any Sitecore, so I don't have much. Frankly, I don't have much idea about Sitecore yet. So I have not worked on site code part yet, or I have not explored that area.
Okay.
Okay, Rakesh, there is very nice question. Market leader in this space. So e-commerce is very competitive market right now. See, I'm a techie guy like you, and I don't have much uh, remembrance and understanding of figures like this. But I would say that we are working on not even on Salesforce Commerce Cloud. We are also working on, as Varun mentioned in the beginning, Magento, that is from the Adobe. Then we are working on Shopify, BigCommerce. So all companies have their own space and their own share over there. Shopify is also another SaaS-based platform wherein the 64% sites that we are talking that American business are not having. Most of them are going on Shopify because that is easy to host and that has a limited pricing and all those things. It's easy for them to go. Magento is very big, very big leader over there in e-commerce, and I would say very huge market capture by Adobe. Magento is there, and they're building a lot of other tools like Salesforce around ecosystem of e-commerce, the Magento, right? So there is a tough competition going on. If you come to BigCommerce, BigCommerce has a unique feature of headless. I have not talked about headless. We can talk about headless in certain other future session, but BigCommerce is an headless approach, mostly wherein you can have your own mobile app or other things much easier than other platforms. And then you can create multi touch points for the users. Okay, so Nihar has another question. Is CRM only popular among e-commerce? How about BFS and other domain? Okay, CRM is a different thing. I would like to give this question for Varun. He is little bit more expert than me on the CRM and Service Cloud. So Varun, if you can give some light on this question.
Yeah, sure. So Salesforce, when we talk about sales cloud, service clouds, then we are talking about CRM, which is customer relationship management. While if you look at the Salesforce journey, right? So these are termed as the core clouds. While Salesforce is an innovative company, as I talk about in the starting. So Salesforce has done more than 40 acquisitions. So whenever Salesforce see a need in the market, they acquire the companies like Demandware, CloudCraze. So to strengthen to cover the area of e-commerce. So hence these are covered like CloudCraze or Demandware offering the B2c and B2b solutions. So CRM is a bit of a different thing. And talking about industries, so one is the solution agnostic and one is the industry agnostic. So these solutions fit into the industries of BFSI, automotive, manufacturing, retail, and healthcare. And if you have an idea that Salesforce is also into the Salesforce industry solutions, then Salesforce acquired Velocity. So one is the solution agnostic and one is the industry agnostic. So these are the two areas that are traversing each other.
Varun, Lokendra here. I hope you can hear me.
Yes,
Okay.
Loken.
So just continuing on this thought, Salesforce platform knowledge help you build your career in Commerce Cloud? First question. Or having a sales or service knowledge or a community knowledge, does it help? Because I can see that it has a different approach. So how does it help in your journey towards the?
Yeah, so your voice was breaking, but I get the essence of your question. So if you definitely these understanding of sales service cloud definitely will help you. So again, when Uma talked about the vision and the bigger picture, so you need to understand what is the ecosystem. How are your customers interacting with sales? How are your customers whenever you purchase a product, right? And if you find some defect, you want a good customer service, then your service cloud comes into the picture. Then you can opt for service cloud and then you can opt for Zendesk. So definitely having the knowledge of sales, service, community, which is now called the Experience Cloud. And if I remember correct, Loken, one of your question was, is this built on Experience Cloud? So yes, this is not built on Experience Cloud. The B2b, the offering from Salesforce is on Experience Cloud, and this is a Node.js platform.
Understood.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are running over a bit time,
Yeah,
but yeah.
we are running over time. So what we can do is I'll go to the next slide, and there I've actually created a LinkedIn group for all of us to communicate and share our ideas and exchange in knowledge and queries. So you can join that group, and there we can continue our all other question. I so I can see that Sirius Sakshi has a question related to Microsoft 365. Do you have workflow builder capabilities? So let me answer quickly. No, there is not a workflow builder capabilities in the Salesforce Commerce Cloud, but depending on the requirement, like user journey, etc. If you have to build, you go to Marketing Cloud. If you have to build any other things which are related to services, you go to the Service Cloud. But as such, in e-commerce, uh, there is no workflow builder requirement also. Microsoft 365 is basically, I believe you are talking about the Microsoft 365 ERP, which is an ERP, and there it needs a lot of things like approval and all those things. So workflow will be there. So there is one more question, last question I will answer to Puneet. Okay, so Puneet is asking that, can you speak about some customizations built around Salesforce Commerce Cloud that point and click feature does not offer? Okay, point and click does not offer. Do you mean, Puneet, by this? I'll unmute you. So do you mean by this is basically default installation of Salesforce Commerce Cloud? 1 second.
Yes, Uma, I'm talking about what kind of, when you have a point and click setup given by Salesforce, you built around that, and then you build custom VF pages, Apex. So any customizations that we have built around
So,
Commerce
uh,
Cloud.
so as I've shown in the demo for the Phoenix, you must have seen, like, we have built a curbside pickup. So you check for this too. I've not given complete demo because of lack of time. So curbside pickup, wherein you select a store from where you will pick up and all those things. We have also created a functionality wherein you can split your order based on the order lines if you have to ship it to multiple locations from the same order. So those kind of features. There are certain features which are not very good, like your zoom of image, basic feature I'm talking now. So zoom image zooming, that is not there out of the box. You have to implement those kind of things. So there will be always a customer need to enhance the user experience, and you will have to go and implement those things, and there will be certain features that you will take care.
Even the pagination part, like for example, when you have multiple
Pagination,
pages.
default pagination is there.
There?
Pagination, yeah, it's there.
Okay.
And if you go at the Einstein capability is always provided on the production. So mostly I have not worked on the Einstein customization and all, but the Einstein capabilities are on the production instances. So there it get integrated.
Got it. Thanks so much, Shankar. I appreciate it. And really, this is a wonderful session we are having from both of you. Thanks for this. Really.
Thank you, Puneet. Thank you, everyone. And I'll definitely answer your queries. If you need anything from me, you can reach out to me and we can talk more about Salesforce and Salesforce Commerce Cloud.
How do we join the group?
You just scan this code, QR code, it will open up automatically. So open your mobile camera and just scan this QR code. It will take you to LinkedIn, or you can search for Salesforce enthusiast group. So I created just before this session. So let's start this and exchange some thoughts and knowledge about Salesforce, in not even just the Salesforce Commerce Cloud.
Okay, thanks. We have joined this. This is really good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Puneet. Thank you, everyone. Sorry that I could not cover all the questions because of lack of time, but we can do that again in forum in the group. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.